My message, possibly you already know and heard about it, about the Vicarius Filii Dei. But Vicarius Filii Dei is a kind of a keyword that we know who is a 666. And recently, understanding for this is getting dimmer and dimmer. So I come up with this message. And actually, I wanted to speak about the righteousness by faith tonight. And I actually prepared for it. But this morning, I changed the topic to 666. I'm studying with a bill about the Daniel. And I think this is the message that can be connected with the study we do with the bill. Well, anyway, you must know what is going on in the world now. A few days ago, the Ukraine dam was exploded by the Russian soldier, and everywhere now become so flooded. If you see the picture before and after, like before and after, it's just so different. And many of the cities was under the water now. What they are saying in the UN, the World Food Program, is saying this way. The warns the impact of global hunger from then destruction. So in other words, this will cause also another hungerness. Since the Ukraine war started and before, our climate changes very rapidly. Yes, especially last year and the other year, many agricultural lot was destroyed by natural disasters. Now adding on it with a human disaster add up it, and I'm sure in soon time the world will be hit by worldly famine. I hope you can really take it seriously because our food price is increased for last 10 years very rapidly and never went down for last 10 years. So meaning to say something is coming, but people is not ready for what is coming. No one was expected about the corona, which is coming for worldwide, isn't it? And no one will believe that the worldwide famine will come, the food crisis will come. But when I see this World Food Program, which is a United Nations run, and I see they keep on warning us that the food will be short in soon time. Well, tonight, did you able to eat good? Yes. But in soon time, we will be suffer together. But before we suffer together, we should be ready with the faith. I hope we can stand together. Yes, our topic tonight is about 666. Can you read it all together?
Was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666.
Yes, wow. It's kind of long, right? Don't worry, tonight we are going to read only 4 verses. Five, sorry. Among 5 verses, this is the first one and most longer one. Yes. To understand about the 666, the Adventist is the one, and Adventist is now still teaching that is related with the Pope. In the position of the Catholic, do you think they will like it or they will not like it? They really doesn't like it. They don't like to listen it, and they post in the website a lot about they are never use the words that the words Vicarius Filii Dei. Well, how does it say that? They keep on posting like this kind of things in the internet and say that, but is the Pope really the blasphemous beast like a foreseen by Saint John? So they are saying that really Pope is 666. Mostly the Adventists say that this Vicarius Filii Dei is written in the crown of the Pope, right? Have you heard about it? Yes. Well, they are saying that like this. Catholic apologist Patrick Madrid answered the Protestant assertions by claiming that Vicarius Filii Dei has never been an official papal title. Never been used papal official title. So who is saying that about Vicarius Filii Dei? And they say that like this, none have this inscription, nor is there any evidence that any of the earlier papal destroyed by the invading French troop in 1798 had it. So meaning to say, they never used it before Vicarius Filii Dei. But Adventists, we are keep on saying that, no, that is your official title of the Pope. Well, this, can you read it, Bill, for us?
Though other Catholic sources, such as our Sunday Visitor, did in fact admit to the title being inscribed on a tiara, while Catholic scholars such as Professor Emeritus at the Catholic University of America, Dr. Johannes Kassen, stated that the title Vicarius Filii Dei, as well as the title Vicarius Christi, is very common as the title of the Pope.
Yes. The green one is the one the Catholics say. Also, yellow one is also spoken by the Catholic themselves. It is weird, right? But about this, our Sunday Visitor, this is the name of newspaper extreme Catholicism are making. So, how they say this and what was happened in the history of Adventism, we are going to review it because I'm sure that this story you never heard it before. Well, some say that Ellen G. White is a 666, but I don't believe it. You don't believe it, right? But let's read it about this. In 1941, you know what building is that? You're the Adventist, right? Have you seen this building that's in the US, in the California? This is a Loma Linda. That's right. This is Loma Linda. Wow, it's nice, right? Well, this is the recent picture. So many building is with Loma Linda. Have you heard about Loma Linda before? Okay. Loma Linda is a kind of the hospital, biggest hospital Adventist run. Okay. So it was well known, and Loma Linda is a well-known town that the people live longest in the old stage. Well, there was one boy, one man, is working part-time. His name is Robert Franklin Correa. As you see that Correa, he is from the Brazil, okay? But he is the Adventist, the theologian student, and he was working for the part-time. Well, this is not real picture. I just put the picture so that you just understand. The story goes about 1941. 1941, that is the time even my father didn't born yet, okay? Because my father born 1943, okay? Is there any older than 1941? No. Voila, right? Okay. Then, when he walked around, he saw one old man. The old man, he was a Pastor Shaw in General Conference. Well, the picture is not this man, but anyway, he's asking to the Pastor Shaw, why don't you sleep? Okay. And this pastor is answering like this. The editor of the Jesuit newspaper wrote a letter of protest to us. And their question was like this: why does the sentence Vicarius Filii Dei refers to the Pope? This is a question from the Catholic to the General Conference. Officially, they send a letter from the Jesuit, okay? And they are demanding to the Adventists like this: if you can find a source that, please find it. The evidence that this is the title of the Pope. But you have to find it in the Catholic sources, not Protestant sources. Well, the Adventist is thinking, yeah, it's a very piece of cake that I can find anywhere, isn't it? So this pastor is saying that, yes, no worry, I'll find it and I show you that that is your Pope's official title, the words. Because we never use the term, this is what the Catholic says that, we never use the term Vicarius Filii Dei by ourselves. Well, and they are saying that it seems like this: if you cannot find it, the evidence that we are using Vicarius Filii Dei, then you must not pointing the Pope anymore as 666. Well, did the pastor Shaw was able to discover the evidence in 1941? Yes or no? Do you think the Jesuit will write a letter without preparation or something? What happened? They were not able to find it. So, what they did, the pastor made a kind of organization to find the evidence. But this young man, what is his young man name? Franklin the Bob Correa. Let's just say Bob so that we can easily understand. This Bob is asking to the pastor, Pastor, no worry. Give me authorization letter. I come to the general conference. Okay? Then I'll find it. But anyway, the Seventh-day Adventist Church was not the first to make this kind of claims that Pope is 666. Before the Seventh-day Adventist Church exists, many reformers took this sentence and interpreted it means that 666 is the Pope. Today, only Seventh-day Adventist Church still holds this interpretation. No other church is accepting this interpretation anymore. Who is only holding? Adventist. However, with the advent of internet, we are starting to see statements popping up all over the place that this interpretation is incorrect. So if you're using Google, if Pope is 666, then all the interpretation all the web page will say that, no, that's not true. Well, especially, they say that the Pope's 3 layers crown doesn't have this words, and they are saying that applying 666 to the Pope is not right. Well, I tried to look for it before about this kind of a crown, which is a 3 layers, okay? And I visited the museum in Vatican by myself with my wife about 10 years ago. And I saw those kind of crown that Pope used. And I tried to see it. If not, then I will try to take a picture. But I was not able to find it any. There is no words on the crown that which we demand up to now. Really, this crown has the words Vicarius Filii Dei? Well, some Filipino asking like this. Can you read, Jen?
Bakit po dati may ganito sa ulo ng Santo Papa niyo?
Yeah, what does it mean?
Why is it daw before was there's that crown on top of the head of the saint. That's something.
Oh, okay. The understanding is like this. When God is saying, when Jesus is teaching to the John, say that count the number, and when you count the number, 666 will be come out. So Vicarius Filii Dei, every word has their own number. Like a V is 5, I is 1, C is 100. Is that correct? We call that this is a Latin number. So it comes out 112 plus a Filii, which is a 53. So Dei, which is a 501. So we say that 666 is from the Pope. And this meaning, what is the meaning of Vicarius Filii Dei? This is saying that the one who doing vicar mean the one working for others, like representative, okay? Representative, Filii is the son, the father. So it meaning to say there is a father. So meaning to say the representative of Heavenly Father, Son. So he is saying that I'm representing the Jesus in the world, something like that. Okay. So according to the Catholics, they have never written the full title of Pope as a Vicarius Filii Dei. This is what they are saying, and they are trying to hide to everyone. Well, as I said, this pastor shall make kind of organization and find the evidence, but they were not able to find it. So they sent the people to the Vatican, to the museum, and they tried to search it, but they were not able to find it too. The vicarius means the vicar. Vicar is a representative. Filii means son, and Dei means the God. So this young man, Bob, bring the letter, and he went to the general conference. Have you seen the general conference of Adventist picture? Yes, this is the general conference. A Grabi, yes, nice, looks nice, yes. yes. This is the headquarters of our church. I sleep about 5 minutes away in the Friday night, and I called the general conference if I can join for the worship, and they said they don't worship on Friday night. So I said, oh, really? Then I said, okay, they don't have a service, but local church, what about the local church? And they said, local church, we don't worship Friday evening. It's something is weird in the America now, okay? Well, this man, so he got the letter, and what he did, he go to the biggest library in the world. Where is the biggest library in the world, Bill?
Library of Congress?
Yes, yes. Library of Congress. US Library of Congress. This is the biggest library in the world. So if that was made by anything, then all the book, you can find it here. So this Bob and friends, they try to find the evidence about all the evidence from this library for many months. Did they able to find it or not? What do you think? They found it. Yes? They didn't found it. They didn't found it. Yes, Bill was right. Yes. If the story goes, then we must know that they didn't find it any for many months. Many months. Well, this young man was so discouraged, but when he was discouraged, there was information that, oh no, I saw from the Catholic newspaper that they called the Pope Vicarius Filii Dei. So this young man is asking when? When was that? And he's saying that 1915, April 18. So this young man went back to the library and he tried to find out if there is a newspaper which is our Sunday visitors. So he looked up our Sunday visitor, and there is a bundle of the Sunday visitors, our Sunday visitor. That the problem, there was a missing one newspaper, which is a 1915 April 18. That was missing, and he cannot find it. And somebody is sourcing him that, you know what, if you go to Indiana, and you can see in Indiana, because they keep all the newspaper, so you should go to Huntington. So Washington D.C. is here. Washington D.C. is here. Yes, and Indiana police this is Indiana, state of Indiana, and Huntington is the red point. So this young man, and his friend, they start to trouble. But have you heard, Bill, before that was a time of the war? So they cannot buy the fuel, but they must have the coupon. Have you heard about that story? No. Never? Okay. This young man's coupon is not enough to buy the fuel that time. But somebody is giving the fuel, you should go there. So somewhat like after he received all the coupon book, and when he about to depart, he cannot find that gentleman anymore. Somehow, he was able to get the coupon, and with the coupon, he was able to fill all the tank, and he was able to depart to the Huntington. Yes, this, our Sunday visitors, this is the newspaper of the Catholic and still exists up to this time. And when you come into OS3, then they're still staying in Indiana, Huntington, up to this moment. But when he was arriving in that building, it was a Friday, 12 noon time. So he is asking, "Let us come in," but the security guard say that you cannot come in here. But he is like begging to the security guard, and it become kind of noise. And the nun listen outside. It's kind of loud voice is coming, ongoing. So nun called to the security guard house and asking what's going on. And he's answering, 2 students came and they tried to come in, but I blocked them not to come in because our working finished Friday 12 o'clock. Well, this nun let them come in. And this nun was the secretary of the editor. Nun is asking them, "Where are you from?" And Bob answered, I'm from the Washington, D.C. "Are you Catholic?" He couldn't lie, and he answered this way: "We Latinos are Catholics for generation to generation." He didn't say that he's a Catholic, but he is a Latin from the Brazil, and he just answered like Catholic for generation to generation, meaning to say his father's father is they're all Catholic. Meaning, yes, that's very common in Latin America. Mostly they are the Catholic. We came to see original newspaper, but we cannot find it, so we came here. And Monday we must study it, so we don't have a time. When they come in, they bundle the newspaper by year, but they didn't find the year 1915. So Bob is asking, where is the 1915 bundle? And Noni's answer, it is the editor's bridal chamber, because strange people have kept asking for it lately. So the editor, the priest, brought it to his chamber. So the Bob becomes so panicked. And he says that, what am I supposed to do? I come to see the newspaper. And the nun answered, "Don't worry, I'm the secretary, I will get it for you." And she come into the editor's room, and she brought the bundle. But in the bundle, there was one newspaper was not bundled together. It was separated. And the separated newspaper was 1915, April 18, for the day. And the nun is saying that this is the only copy in the world. Well, I believe if he answered like he's a Catholic, he's a lie. But the Bible says that for the Holy Spirit will teach you in the very hour what you ought to say. And it was happened to this Bob. Well, Bob is saying, and he was so glad, and he's saying that this newspaper is very precious to me. And say that, what, you know why? This newspaper is my birthday. It's the same. So 1915, April 18 was also the birthday of the Bob. And also that newspaper contains and make evidence that there's a word, that title for the Pope. If somebody look for this Bob, and in US, there's something strange website that you type the name and you type the year of birth and you can find the location of the tomb. Like this. This is a Korea, it's a tomb, original cemetery tomb. And when you see it, April 18, 1915, isn't it? And he is a Seventh-day Adventist church cemetery. It was in the Yale, Texas country, Virginia, USA. So if you cannot read this properly, but that information, we can find it here. When is that? April 18, 1915. So Bob is asking this nun, can you give me this newspaper as my birthday gift? Because that was his birthday. And she is saying that, okay, happy birthday, greetings for you. This is your copy. And she gave only copy of our Sunday visitors. And this one is the newspaper. This is their newspaper. What is the day? April 18, 1915. It is very weird, right? Okay. And it says it like this. Can you read it, Bill, please?
What are the letters inscribed in the Pope's crown, and what do they signify, if anything?
Yes. It is the title like this. And it was written inside a newspaper like this. Can you read it?
What are the letters supposed to be in the Pope's crown?
The letters?
The letters inscribed in the Pope's mitre are these: Vicarius Filii Dei, which is the Latin for Vicar of the Son of God.
Yes. Do you understand? But this is the evidence from what? From the Catholic. So when they understood this, like the letter inscribed in the Pope's myth, are these Vicarius Filii Dei, which is the Latin for Vicar of the Son of God, representative of the Son of God. So do you understand? Catholic is kept trying to erase all the evidence that this was their title, official title of the Pope. This Robert Franklin, which is Bob Correas, he came to Washington, D.C. But he didn't stop looking for the evidence. What he did, he went to the Catholic University of America. That is one of the most biggest the university in Washington, D.C. You know how many the university exists in the Washington, D.C., Bill? There is a 19 university. I just found out today too. And among 19, 6 university is very directly run by Catholic. A lot, isn't it? And there is even the University of Jesuit in Washington, D.C. I was so surprised. After this, Bob went to the Catholic University of the America, a university in Washington, D.C., and meet him, the president, to ask about the Pope's official title. So he met the president and he is asking, President, what is the official title of the Pope? And he asked what is the most accurate name for the Pope. But the president answered him that he can't say, but he introduced the Father Johannes quasten to him. This quasten, a few days later, Bob met with the Father Johannes Quasten, and he is very famous German Catholic priest. Okay, there is an award in the Catholic Church gives every year the most outstanding theologians, and it is the name after him, Quasten Award, because he is a very well-known person. He wrote, this is the Quasten, he wrote those books, and he become kind of a standard, and he's the most well-known scholar and doctor in the Catholic Church. So even this day, I found it in the website, still giving the School of Theology, and they give Quasten Award up to now. So this is the Quasten in his desk. And in his desk, who went there? The Bob went there. The Bob, without a fear, he went there. So, Quasten is asking, what do you want to do? To know. And Bob is answering like, did Holy Father use the title Vicarius Filii Dei? You know what was the answer of this Quasten? I'm just saying that the title is the most appropriate and theologically correct expression for the Pope. And this Bob is saying very funny way. Okay, so I'm asking you, can you write this, your statement, a comment in the writing? Quasten is asking why? Why would you need such a document? Isn't it? Do you think Quasten will write down or not? Not. But Bob answered this way. Who would take my word for it without a document from you? Who will say that it was from you if you don't write anything? So what the Quasten did, with the letterhead of the University of Catholic of America, with the letterhead, he write down with his own penmanship like this. Can you read this?
The title Vicarius Filii Dei, as well as the title Vicarius Christi, is very common as the title for the Pope.
Yes, and Dr. Johannes and Quasten. And he signed it. Do you think this Pope brought this to the General Conference? No, he didn't bring it right away. He brought it to the lawyer's house, lawyer's firm. And he notarized the first. That it was really spoken by Quasten. So in the beginning, you saw yellow line that was the work of just one person, who is the Pope. Find out that they really use these words as officially the title of the Pope. Do you understand? Well, many Christian and theologians, even our church members, says that Vicarius Filii Dei should not be interpreted as a 666. They are saying that I Googled it but found nothing. Yes, I Googled it, but I also found nothing before. Why? But when you find it deeply and deeply, try more. I even use the ChatGPT, also will not answer you right away about the truth. Do not believe the ChatGPT, because I found many errors with the ChatGPT too. It's just that you can find it easily because it's been covered, very well covered. You can see that Catholics, for their own good, did lie all the time. Well, they really purposely lie. I give you an sample. Let's travel to the Rome together. Well, this is a map of Pope, the Rome's. Okay, in Rome, do you see what is that? In the leftist corner?
Colosseum.
Yeah, Colosseum. Yeah, that's right. And we can see it's like this, and Laterano, the churches. And we are going to go Not Colosseum today, but we are going to Basilica here, and we are going to go here together. But I'm just showing you. Okay, let's go to Basilica e Monasterio, and which is a Quattro Coronati. It means to say four Roman soldiers, they refused to kill Christian. So instead of Christian, that four Quattro soldier was killed. When you get into that church, mostly you know what? The Roman church, they maintain the church very nicely, except this church. They are seems like waiting that this church will be fall down. Why? Because there is a very ashamed history in this church for the Pope. Well, when you come in this church, you can see only this painting only in this church. You can see the Jesus, and you can see some kind of a story, right? That we are going to see what that is first. Okay, this is a very fun because we have many pictures, and you will enjoy it. Well, this is a picture. The Constantine, you see, this is the Emperor Constantine. Okay, you see the face. Something is wrong, isn't it? What's wrong? Constantine got leprosy. And he is asking to the doctors that, how can I be cured? And the doctor answered to the Constantine, bring the children's blood and take a bath. Then you will be healed. So the mother bring the children and they are crying because their children is about to die. But Constantine didn't kill them, but he just gave the prize and some award and let them go back. This is the story of Catholic. I don't know this is a true story or not, but this is what Catholic claim about the Constantine. Okay. That night, he dreamed. When he dreamed, who is this two? In his dream, John and Peter visited him. And he is saying that you did good job. You be baptized and you will be healed. So following day, he go baptized. This is a Pope Sylvester. So he become healed. And this picture is in the church, okay? And what he did is, after this, he was healed, so he was so happy. So he bring the Pope Sylvester's, and he is the one who guiding. This is his horse, actually. His horse. And he is bringing the Pope and coming in to the castle. You remember something this? Jesus was riding on the donkey, and then the blind man before the leading, who was healed, bring the donkey to the inside of Jerusalem. They are just pretending that. As much he is somewhat man. Well, what is this story about the 666 about? Well, this picture, let's go more. This picture is the Peter Cathedral of Peter, St. Peter's Cathedral in the Rome. Okay, it was somewhat far away, and they take a zoom. At the back of this, there is a museum, a Vatican Museum. When you go to a Vatican Museum, there is a many picture, many painting. And is there anybody knows about Raffaello? Raffaello is a well-known painter. Okay, Raffaello is a drawing picture that the Sylvester Pope is giving the baptism to the emperor. This is Constantinus. And after that, what happened? Next picture is like this. This is a very well-known picture. What is this picture? This painting is a donation of Constantine. Have you heard about this? Okay, this is like this. He is giving the Western Rome to the Pope. Constantine tells to the Pope, you are the king of heaven, I am the king of the earth, and I have no place together in here. So he's saying that according to the letter given to the Pope, Constantine moves the capital to Constantinople. So I'm going to change my capital to the Constantinople. And Constantine says again, I had leprosy and you cured me. So I offer you a gift. What was the gift? I dedicate the Western Roman Empire to you. And they giving the paper, and he's saying that I will sign in here and place it on Peter's tomb. So meaning to say, the emperor of the Rome is giving the Western Roman to the Pope. In that paper, we can see Vicarius Filii Dei. The Vicarius Filii Dei is the official title of the Pope. But there is a very hidden story in this. I tell you, this is a really, when you know about this story, then you will really laugh about the what they did before. But anyway, with that power of letter, why? Because he had all the power from the emperor of the Rome. For 1,260 days, all the Western Europe he conquered by the power of the Pope. And he became the king of the earth. But there's one man come out, the Alfonso V. Aragon. This Alfonso is a king conquer like this. And he conquered Italia or southern. And Pope is coming to him and say that, you conquer my land. You out in the name of the God. And Alfonso is afraid. And he's saying that, okay, there's no way. But what is your evidence? Then he's showing the document that he received from the Roman emperor. Okay? And he is about to evacuate. In that moment, a man of Alfonso wants to review the document. When he reviewed the document, he finds a few things that raise some suspicious. The donation of Constantine lists the name of the tribune, which is a title of the position, which he realized is not Roman title, but a Persian title. So if that document written in that time of Rome, but the title is somewhat strange. So it also says that I am going to Constantinople because I am an earthly king, but he knows that the emperor was in Byzantium at the time. So if these documents were true, it would say that I'm going to Byzantium, but it says that I'm going to Constantinople when he hasn't been traveled to Constantinople yet. Constantinople is Turkey. So he realized that the donation of Constantine, the famous thing was the fake one. So who made this fake document? Roman Catholic. Who found this? Lorenzo. This Lorenzo is the one who found it, and it says that proved that the donation of Constantine was a forgery. So meaning to say, Catholic write down to themselves and say that it is from the Constantine, but actually that was a show. Is this my speaking alone? No, it's not. If you see the Wikipedia, it says like this too. Can you read it up to here?
The donation of Constantine is a forged Roman imperial decree by which the 4th century Emperor Constantine the Great supposedly transferred authority over Rome and the western part of the Roman Empire to the Pope.
Yes. Composed probably in the 8th century, it was used as the authority of the Catholic Church. But actually that was a fake. This fake event, now even Catholic, their dictionary they also admit that that was a fake. And everybody knows that the donation of Constantinople was a fake. Do you understand? Why they make a fake? Because they want to rule the world. Well, let's go back to the Rome. And this will be, we left only very few. So anyway, this man is studying about, the Lorenzo is studying. He found out that document was a very fake. Well, this is a Lateran Palace and St. John's church, and you can see some other things here. And how do you call this?
Obelisk.
Pardon?
Obelisk.
Obelisk. That's right, obelisk. This is the obelisk, which is the tallest in the world, 49 meters. That's what I remember. Okay. At the view of the top, so Laterano Palace here, and St. John's Church here, and there's something which is the square something, the building here. And when you go to obelisk, and it was written like this: Constantinus Silvestero Baptizatus. This is a V, but actually pronounced as a U. I do not know the Latin, but what I can understand this, and you can understand this, Constantine, by the Silvestero, which is a Pope first Silvestero, was baptized here. So when you go to that building, in this building, that building, you can see baptismal here, okay? But this is the things that who baptized Constantine the Great? If you Google it in the house, you just Google it, okay? They say that Constantine was baptized in the Rome, and they even make the church for it, and they make the even obelisk, bring it from the Egypt actually. But when you Google it, the name who gave the baptism was Eusebius of Nicomedia. Nicomedia is the place name in Turkey. And can you read this?
Eusebius of Nicomedia
was an
was
Arius
an Arius priest who baptized Constantine
the Great
on his deathbed in 337.
Yes. So Constantine was baptized just before he died. Do you understand? Constantine the Great was baptized on his deathbed by the Eusebius of Nicomedia, an Arius priest near Nicomedia in 337. You know how that is far? They are saying that the Constantine was baptized here, but the true history, he was baptized here, which is the part of the Turkey this time. Somebody is lying, isn't it? The Constantine was baptized in his own home, in that bed. And this Constantine, until his death, was a myth-raised. What is a myth-raised? Is the who worshipped the sun. What the Catholic Church is telling us now is not historical fact. Constantine was not baptized in the Rome right before he died, but in the Nicomedia, which he is a province of what is now Turkey. The Catholicism is saying that Constantine was baptized in Rome. Catholicism is all about saying things that aren't there and changing things that are there and getting rid of things that aren't there and making things that aren't there, like the writing on the third crown. How can Catholic Church do that? The Bible says very clearly, his father is not the God. Can you read it together?
You are of your father the devil, and the desires of your father you want to do. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own resources, for he is a liar and the father of it.
If you study about the donation of Constantine, that is the biggest lie proven, and they even admit now that that was a lie in Catholicism. Do you think Adventist church officially can make this kind of lie? We cannot. We cannot. What they do. Something is weird, isn't it? And can you read it?
Who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Yes. He was called like a Holy Father, which all capital. We have a Holy Ghost and Holy Father, only one God. But he exalts himself that he say that he is a Holy Father. In the last days, description about the Pope, how he jewel himself, was written in this revelation. This is the last verse, then you can go home happily. Can you read it?
The woman who was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. And on her forehead a name was written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth.
Yes. There is no leader of the religion in the world who is full of gold and precious stone together. Only Roman Catholic carry those jewels. Why? Jesus never used those kind of precious stone in his lifetime. And he is calling the mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and the abomination of the earth. Yes. You must understand. Sure. If somebody say that, so Pope is 666, my answer, Pope himself will not be 666. But he is very related with the 666. Why? He will give 666, and that 666 is related of buying and sell in the last days. And that is coming very soon. Why? Because all the earth destroyed with economically, and there's one who wants to control, that will be Pope. And there's no other leader for this time in the world. Yes, Sunday law is described together in Matthew chapter 24, verse 15. The time will come in our generation, and Jesus will come in our generation too. Why do you think that they are hiding their official title of the Pope? Why? Because they are. Because he is related with the 666 very much. Because the Pope himself, if he is very sure that he has no reason to hide it, and the Jesuit, they had no reason to hide and cover all the truth. Brethren, it's a time that we be ready to fight with the truth. Even some people say that Vicarius Filii Dei is not the title of Pope. You must know the truth that that is a very official title of the Pope.
Ang panahong tadyot ay nalang, na si Jesus mubalik na. Ang mga ilhanad ang atuman sa pagpalipat ngon sa kanan. Dong
mao'y timaan. Panghanda sa pagbalik ni Jesus, kay jutay ng panahon, basing masirhan ka sa kaluwasan, doon na sa Diyos karon. Ang panahon talutay na lang, kasi Jesus mo balik na. Ang mga ilhanan nagtuman sa pagpahimat ngon sa tanan.
Dunay daghang mga timaan, kagilingon sa kasulatan, panghilino gutom ug kamatay, kini mao'y timaan.
Paghandang sa pagbalik ni Jesus, kay jutay ng panahon, basing masirhan ka sa kaluwasan, duol na sa Diyos karon. Paghandang sa pagbalik ni Jesus, kay jutay ng panahon, basing masirhan ka sa kaluwasan,